Get Truth 77 WABC.
This is Bo Dietl. You're listening to the Bernie and Sid Show, where the truth be told. You listen and you learn.
Remember what he said? He did not have sex with that woman. Then a couple of weeks later, oh, you got me. Oh, I'm so glad they kept the dress. I'm so glad they kept that dress. All right? It's great. You know why? Because it shows what the hell they are. All right? It shows what they are.
You know, Susan, there was a sense not too many years ago when you wouldn't talk about the dress the way he just did. You know, because we're really talking about DNA evidence and the whole routine. It's hard to believe there's a corner of the unpleasant he's not willing to go into.
Well, I think that you have to assume that assuming we have debates.
Oh, poor Chris Matthews. He can't believe Donald Trump would go there. Back on Bernie and Sid on 77 WABC.
My friend Chris Matthews.
Yeah, but sometimes, I mean, this tingle up his leg is,
you know what's funny about that?
Kind of nauseating, actually.
You love what Donald Trump said. All I'm thinking is, shut up. I love that song, Have a Cigar by Pink Floyd. Please, Donald Trump, shut up. Please.
Well, listen, at 12 o'clock, you have your iPad, your iPod, whatever the hell it is.
It's an iPad.
Do whatever you want with it. You got all kinds of
I've already
music
done it today. I can't do it. Oh, listen to music.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Listen, on the line with us right now, without further ado,
right,
we have the young Fox News stud, the spawn of Bill O'Reilly, Jesse Waters.
The spawn. Oh, my God.
Okay, how about this? The heir apparent.
Right, you make it sound like he's his kid.
The heir apparent to Bill O'Reilly.
I wouldn't go that far. Good to see you guys.
He's humble, too. Jesse's got this show, the 9th installment of Waters World this Saturday, which, according to the news release here, provides viewers a comedic look at the latest headlines surrounding the 2016 election. And it is very, very it's the funniest show on Fox News. I mean, there are a couple of shows that try to be funny.
Not even close.
This is the fun. I was sitting watching with my daughter, the 8th installment. My daughter's 21 years old. She's laughing. I mean, when she's laughing at this stuff, and she's not that political, you know you got something going on.
Well, she's got great taste, obviously. She likes Waters World.
It's going to be all about the race and the presidential candidates. And the guests said, you're going to love this. Kimberly Guilfoyle is one of them. I heard Jesse say that yesterday. And Abby Huntsman.
Oh, boy.
Yes, Abby Huntsman. We have Carrie Prejean. Remember that beautiful beauty pageant lady who was Axe? And then she has a kind of an insight into Donald Trump's mind, so we're going to bring her in. Also, Brian Kilmeade, not satisfied with being on Fox 5 days a week, wants to come on Waters World, so he's going to do 7 days a week on Fox News. We're just going to have to let it happen.
You know, he's actually a very nice, funny, likable guy.
Actually likable.
He's a great guy.
Really
in fact,
likable enough.
My first,
Hillary?
the first time I was with a job doing sports talk radio in New York. True story. It was back in '99. And Sporting News Network, which is now defunct, Jesse and Bernie, called me and said, we're starting a new show. You can do it from Mickey Mantle's on 5th Avenue, and you'll do it with a guy named Brian Kilmeade. And I go, who? Who the hell is Brian Kilmeade? Now, of course, now 15 years later, he's a big star. He's on Fox and Friends. He's on Jesse Waters' show. But they offered me a sporting radio job with Brian Kilmeade 16 years ago. And I said no, because I never heard of the guy.
Yeah, and now when he hears your name, he says, who?
You're exactly right. I wish you wouldn't have said that, but you're right.
Before we continue the conversation, let me just include that Jesse Waters, on his 9th installment of Waters World, he does those interviews with these idiots on the street. And they're not all idiots. Some of them are likable. But he will be at Martha's Vineyard, Long Beach, New York, interviewing the dummies on the beach, and the New York City Dominican Day Parade and the Renaissance Fair in Tuxedo, New York. All very funny segments.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, the Vineyard is probably my toughest assignment. It's a grueling 10-minute ride in the plane, and then, the nude beach is just... who else can do this work? It's a tough job.
It ain't easy, right?
It's not easy. And then the Dominican Day Parade, I bust out some dance moves. There's some hookah. There's a lot of revelry. And then medieval times. I go back in time. I do a fencing lesson. I ride a camel. There's some archery involved. There's a quiz. And then obviously the beach. So we're hitting all cylinders this Saturday
Medieval
night.
times. All you had to do was go to the Middle East.
That's basically right. See, here's why you're great with this, Jesse, is because, in all seriousness, Like, for example, I read last week that Christy Brinkley's breaking up with John Mellencamp because they fight about Trump and Clinton. The Trump-Clinton thing has become very ugly, not just for the candidates and the media, but I have friends and family who fight like cats and dogs. So very rarely can somebody kind of poke fun, go out and do the on-the-street interviews like you do, where I laugh, and I think it's cute. The only two guys that I can watch that do that are Bernard, my partner, and you. Because
flattery will get you everywhere, Sid.
Oh, really? Can I come on instead of Brian Kilmeade?
Not that far.
Who's that?
So
but I'm serious. You're taking a very, something that is breaking up America, literally, and you're making it funny.
Listen, this election has gotten in the middle of my wife and my too. I mean, I go home after talking to these people in the street all day, and my wife wants to debate me about Trump. And all I want to do is watch Desperate Housewives or Real Housewives or some Housewives. I don't want to think about it.
I want to talk about it.
You know what he said?
Yeah, he watches Bravo, Real Housewives.
I'm all Bravo and sports. That's all I watch.
Jesse, I swear to God, I had this conversation with Bernard. I said, I hate the Olympics because I don't want to watch somebody play tennis. I want to see Real Housewives of New Jersey. Did I not say that?
You did say that.
I watch every from Atlanta to New York to New Jersey. I watch The Matchmaker. That's the best. Outside of Fox News, that's the best station on TV.
The problem is my wife makes me watch Bravo. You watch it on your own volition.
That's true. You're right. My wife's not even home.
There's a big difference right there. That's pretty sad. Jesse's emasculated. You're just a loser.
Yeah, well, listen, the last time I was on here, you asked me live if I sat down to pee. So.
That's going to get worse now. Ready for this one?
That was nothing. Listen, we played a clip of this guy on the subway that went viral. He was actually sitting there, for lack of a better word, and I hate the M word, so I'll just say he was pleasuring himself. And this woman this woman, it's 34 million hits on YouTube. She just excoriated the guy on the number 2 train in the Bronx. And this is de Blasio's New York.
I mean, what was Bernie Goldberg doing riding the number 2 train? I thought he was in Miami.
He was doing a meet and greet.
He shouldn't be on the subway. Come on, you got to get a taxi.
Well, anyway, Sid actually revealed that this morning.
Oh boy.
He was hosting the Best of Imus this morning, and during one of the I-Man's former excellent interviews
with Bernard Goldberg, ironically,
with Bernard Goldberg,
can't make it up.
Sid went in his office and he did unspeakable things,
like the guy did on the 2 train. But I maintain, and we're going here again. Do you sit down and pee? I maintain, Jesse Waters, because I did see a poll in the New York Times, 83%, that most men who not in a cubicle but have their own office where they can lock the door masturbate.
So Waters World this weekend, 8 p.m., 11 p.m., even 2 a.m. if you're still awake. Also repeats on Sunday.
They run it constantly, as they should. And very wise of Jesse Waters to step out of this conversation.
That's a yes.
Hey, listen, let me just say, let me help Jesse out here.
Sticky situation, is he not?
He's good. He's very good. Now, listen.
Yes.
You've been very busy this week on the 5. Eric Bowling not there. You're sub-hosting for him. Now, the media took something out of context that you said. You got into this spat with Juan Williams over Trump and terror. And here is the clip. Take a listen. How you doing, Jess?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm great. All right, so you got into this, and now they're saying that you said that a terrorist attack in October would be good for Trump. Here it is.
If there's one more terror attack, maybe in October, this is going to make Trump's plan look a lot more appealing.
Oh, my God, what wishful thinking.
I know, you know.
Anti-American.
Why would you
that's unbelievable.
Say that's what I'm thinking?
So the media took it out, the online media mutts. They took it out of context, and they said that you're hoping for a terrorist attack, that it would be good for Trump if that happened. And I mean, it's just another manifestation of how dishonest they are.
Yeah, the basic conversation was Trump's talking about his Muslim ban. And remember, the Muslim ban became popular after San Bernardino. It was supported by over half the country. So we were talking about whether this was appealing or whether Hillary's plan of bringing in 100,000 risky Syrian refugees was a good plan. And I said, if there is a terrorist attack between now and the election, Trump's Muslim ban is going to look more appealing compared to Hillary's plan. Just as if the market meltdown helped President Obama, then Senator Obama, just as if Hurricane Sandy helped President Obama and hurt Mitt Romney. So that was just, basic political analysis. Juan gave me a little jazz, and I think the press had a little fun with it.
Right.
So everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Everybody knows exactly, but they twist it. Now you have to really be careful with your words and say, God forbid if there's a terror attack, win or lose, what Trump said will make eminent sense after the fact. That's what you have to say, even though everybody knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, but it's different. If you're going to compare, and I know where you're going with this, because you do the same thing with Donald Trump. We know what he meant to say. We know what he's talking about. Jesse Waters on Fox News, while obviously you've got a responsibility to say things the right way, it ain't all that serious. When Donald Trump is running for president, you cannot continue day after day, week after week to say stupid, offensive things and have people like Bernard say, well, this is what he meant. You just can't do that, Jesse.
Yes, Trump has to be a lot more precise than I do on five.
Seriously. Well, and all I hear about is the media. And look, I know there's a media bias. I admit there's a media bias. Donald Trump knows there's a media bias. So you would think, Jesse, if he's a smart guy and he knows there's a media bias, stop giving them ammunition.
That's right. He's got to stop taking the bait, and he just brought two really smart people on board. Steve Bannon, who's really going to weaponize this campaign. This guy's a brass-knuckle brawler. He knows what he's doing. He's ahead of the curve. He's going to have some dirty, slick ads that are going to come out and really hit Hillary between the eyes. And we all know Kellyanne Conway, beautiful, bright woman, very savvy, very disciplined, always on message. I think this is a real enhancement for the campaign, and I think we'll see in the next couple of weeks what the turnaround is going to look like.
Do you prefer the teleprompted or the unteleprompted Trump?
I like teleprompter Trump, but then for dessert time at the end, give him a little off the cuff.
Absolutely. Hey, Jesse, I heard you threaten to quit rather than go to Rio for your man on the street interviews. Is that true?
You know, I want to get to the bottom of the Lochte situation.
No, it's out. He lied. It's over. The New York Post, moments ago, I swear to God, broke a story that, in fact, Lochte and his buddies got in a brawl at a gas station with an undercover cop or something, so they went back to the village and used the robbery as a cover-up. It is already in the New York Post that he has lied about the whole night. Yes.
So he's like the Hillary Clinton of the Olympics.
Yes, there you
Jesse
go.
Waters from downtown. Listen, Jesse Waters, Waters World. Saturday, August 20th, 8 p.m. It runs all weekend long. You got various hilarious man-on-the-street interviews, beautiful women politically and bright women as well, and analyzing the political process. Jesse Waters, we'll tune in this Saturday,
Thank
8
you,
o'clock.
And if Sid plays his cards right, maybe he can be a guest one day.
How do you
Really?
like that?
I was about to say, Brian Kilmeade just ruined the perfect porn, but that's fine.
Waters World.
On that note.
Saturday, 8 p.m. Jesse Waters. Thanks, man.
See you guys.
Thanks, Jesse.
Bernie
That's
and
great.
Sid back after this.
77 WABC. Traffic and Transit.
In Rahway, that accident on Route 109 northbound at Lawrence Street has cleared, along with the one in Westchester on the Hutchinson River Parkway northbound.